Well, following Derek Chauvin's conviction, Capitol Hill continues to call for police reform, but what that looks like is not clear. Newsy's Alex Miller reports.
We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 1, unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony,
an historic verdict.
Find the defendant guilty. Count 2, guilty. Count 3, guilty.
Turning America's eyes to Washington. Stalled efforts for police reform may now be getting renewed attention in Congress.
The Senate will continue to work as we strive to ensure that George Floyd's tragic death will not be in vain.
The House sent the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act to the Senate for the second time in March. It included an end to chokeholds, no-knock warrants, and reformed qualified immunity doctrines, giving certain legal protections to police. All of those have been a non-starter for most Republicans in the Senate.
I think it's important to have accountability, but I also don't support making line officers routinely subject to potentially destructive civil liability.
You have nothing to worry about as a police officer with the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act unless you're a bad police officer.
Now, one day after the Derek Chauvin verdict, Republican Senator Tim Scott says he's working with Democrats from the Congressional Black Caucus to find common ground.
There is a way to put more of the onus or the burden on the department or on the employer than on the employee. I think that is a logical step forward.
Scott says the debate will come down to 4 issues: qualified immunity, chokeholds, no-knock warrants, and transferring military equipment to police departments. States and localities, on the other hand, aren't waiting for Congress to act. Colorado, for example, just knocked out a bunch of these issues in a single bill. The Denver Police Department made changes itself after protests.
We can do that by working together with community members to identify policies that can prevent tragedies, training that can prevent tragedies, and culture shifts that can prevent tragedies.
Lawmakers say while a verdict is an important step, it doesn't change the policies that have led to the deaths of so many. Legislation, they say, is necessary to right these wrongs.
This was accountability, but it's not yet justice. Justice for us is saving lives.
In Washington, Alex Miller, Newsy.